Ukraine's military has released several videos showing Russian helicopters being shot down by surface-to-air missiles. Russian aircraft has been shot down by Ukrainian forces as well as the jets, and the military analysts believe there is evidence that recently supplied weapons by the West are already being used. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense says it has downed 48 Russian planes and 80 helicopters. Ukraine has suffered losses too, but UK Defense Secretary Ben Wallace told the BBC that Russia had so far not been successful in destroying the country's air defenses and air forces. Before the invasion began on Ukraine, the Ukrainian military aircraft were outnumbered at least 3-1 by those that has been amassed on the border by the Russia. Ukraine's ability to keep some of the air defenses intact was already forcing Russian aircraft to fly at low at night to avoid detection. The shoulder-launched air defense missiles, also known as the man-pads, are just one of the weapons that the Western nations have been successfully supplying to Ukraine. They included the infamous US-made Stinger missiles, which is surface-to-air missile system. The exact numbers are hard to come by. Last week, Mr. Wallace told the BBC the West had now delivered thousands of anti-tank weapons and over thousands of Stinger missiles. CNN, quoting a US defense official, said, "Put the total at 17,000 anti-tank weapons and total 2,000 Stingers sent by the US and NATO allies." Britain and America had provided weapons to Ukraine before the invasion began on 24 February, with the UK delivering 2,000 light anti-tank missiles. The most countries started to send weapons in response to the Russian invasion. All the 14 nations have supplied arms. They include the Sweden and Finland, both of which have a long history of neutrality and are not members of NATO, but both have sent thousands of anti-tank weapons to Ukraine. Germany has supplied thousands of anti-tank weapons and 50 Stinger missiles. The Baltic states have also delivered thousands of weapons, including Stingers and Javelin missiles, one of the world's most effective anti-tank weapons with a range of 2.5 kilometers or 1.5 miles. The Ukraine says it has already successfully destroyed several Russian T-72 tanks, which is almost 300 are destroyed. Recent weapons delivery also include tens and thousands of assault rifles and machine guns, anti-tank mines, and hundreds of tons of ammunition, as well as body armor and helmets and medical supplies. The BBC also has spoken to the Defense Ministry of Estonia, Sweden, and Denmark, all of whom confirmed their weapon supplies had been tracked and successfully reached Ukraine in recent weeks. Weapons supplied by the West can make a difference, but only if the Ukrainian continues to have armed force capable of using them. Meanwhile, it is going well for Ukraine. United States and European allies are looking to increase their arms supplies to Ukraine. There may be a limited opportunity before Russia tries to target any supply lines of weapons. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said he had talks with Poland about it supplying Russian-made MiG fighter jets to the Ukrainian Air Force, as Ukraine already using them in their Air Force. As we can see, Ukraine is using these arms to its fullest. Hope they would hold to chase Russia off its border. Elon Musk's private jet of choice is a $70 million aircraft that can fly him and 17 other passengers around the world in the height of luxury. Also favored by Jeff Bezos, the Gulfstream G650ER is one of the largest purpose-built private jets with 3 living areas where the rich and famous can relax in handcrafted leather seats. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk owns 2 private jets, but the G650ER is reportedly his favorite, despite currently being at the center of a controversial Twitter account tracking its movements around the globe. The G650ER is considered one of the most trusted business jets in the world, with Musk's own build and delivered in 2016. It can travel up to 7,500 nautical miles at speeds of up to Mach 0.925. It means that Musk and other tech leaders can jet in between and any 2 cities in the world in 1 stop or less. Tesla CEO has also reportedly taken advantage already and flew nearly 160,000 miles on jet in 2018. According to the Business Insider, it included journeys from Texas to Israel, Northern Ireland to California, and California to Thailand via Alaska. The G650ER has been Gulfstream's flagship jet since it was first manufactured in 2014, fitted with Rolls-Royce BR725 engines. It is said to be the fastest civilian aircraft in the world based on developing the highest speed of 977 km per hour. The jet also can climb to the highest altitude of 15,545 meters and evade zones of turbulence. They are equipped with a high-tech cockpit plane view too. The G650 model extends many advanced flight safety features. Musk's own jet has reportedly been converted to create larger sleeping areas, but in general, the G650ER cabin is 46 feet and 10 inches in size. The first living area has 4 seats, each with its own window. The whole cabin contains 16 panoramic windows, which are the largest in the industry. Another 4-seat section comes in the second living area, which is typically used as a dining and conference area, and thanks to the table installed in the center. And the last living section is a private compartment that can seat another 5 passengers. About the spacious cabin. When it comes to its interior, it resonates with extra space for the head and legs, more space for kitchen, recreational areas and toilet facilities. The seats are reportedly comfortable and have a larger passage between them. The jet is capable of in-flight Wi-Fi, with each seat having its own 12-inch screen and power outlets. Another 32-inch screen and 2 16-inch screens are displayed in other parts of the cabin. Each seat can fully recline and be transformed into a sleeping area. Adding to the spacious interior are the 2 restrooms with granite sinks. The kitchen also contains an oven and a microwave. The tables can be raised by seats in front and rear living areas with touch of a button. Window shades at each seat can also be controlled by a button. The jet won't quite bring Musk to Blue Origin's height, as 51,000 feet is highest altitude possible for a G650ER. Yet the constant new air being pushed into the cabin will help to combat jet lag no matter how far he travels. The feeling of the spaciousness is retracted with the wide armchairs and spacious cabins. 16 panoramic Gulfstream windows, which are larger than any other business jet. Flyers can enjoy the microclimate with better pressure, which reduces a level of discomfort from the flight and fatigue, and also supports the excellent well-being of the travelers. So what do you think? Do you like to have one of these when you're ready for it?